NBA YoungBoy is reportedly worth over $500 million at just 26 years old, and if you think you've already seen everything he owns, well, think again. Over the years, YoungBoy built an empire of extreme wealth and class that seemed to be unbelievable. We're not just talking about luxury chains or flashy cars. We're talking about hidden multi-million-dollar mansions, rare and exotic supercars, custom jewelry worth more than most people's homes, watches and purchases so outrageous that even other rappers have been left speechless. Trust me, the last property on this list is going to leave you shocked. Why this is even more shocking is because Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, known professionally as NBA YoungBoy, was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He literally came from nothing. Let that sink in. I mean, extremely nothing. Some of these expensive possessions were bought while YoungBoy was dealing with house arrest, legal battles, and constant controversy.
Judge in Utah has sentenced the rapper NBA YoungBoy to 23 months in prison on charges. The 25-year-old, whose real name is Kentrell Gaulden, was also sentenced to 5 years of probation and fined $200,000.
So now, the question is, how was he still able to earn and spend millions while the rest of the world watched from the sidelines? And which one of his possessions completely changed the way people viewed his success? Stick around, because we'll be breaking down every single one of them, one by one. As we all know, NBA YoungBoy has cemented himself as one of the biggest rappers of his generation. His music dominates streaming platforms, his fan base is one of the most loyal in hip-hop, and every project he releases seems to shatter another record. That level of success has earned him the kind of wealth that gives him the freedom to buy almost anything he wants. And while most celebrities show off the usual luxury lifestyle, YoungBoy has quietly built a collection of jaw-dropping possessions that many fans don't even know exist. So today, we're counting down the craziest and most expensive things NBA YoungBoy owns. And believe me, they only get crazier from here. One of the biggest and most expensive examples of that lifestyle is the mansion that completely changed YoungBoy's life. Because in 2020, when he was granted house arrest in his federal firearms case, he didn't simply return to Louisiana and carry on as usual. Instead, his legal team made a surprising argument. They believed YoungBoy would have a better chance of staying out of trouble if he moved away from the environment that had surrounded him for years. Rather than heading back home, YoungBoy embraced the opportunity for a fresh start, and the court granted him the permission. That decision led him to Salt Lake City, Utah, where he purchased a jaw-dropping $5.5 million mansion he famously called Gravedigger Mountain. But first, let's talk about why this location was even so expensive. Olympus Cove is where Utah's elite live. We're talking tech executives, professional athletes, and old money families. The average home price in this area is around $2.8 million. So why be paid premium for this specific property? And when you see the features, you'll understand why he was willing to go over market value. The house is incredibly insane. From the moment you walk through the front doors, it's clear this isn't just another celebrity home. The entire estate was built for luxury, privacy, and comfort, making it the perfect place for one of hip-hop's biggest stars to spend his time while under house arrest. Spanning nearly 9,000 square feet, the mansion features 4 spacious bedrooms, a private indoor elevator connecting multiple floors, brand new designer furniture throughout. According to the interior designer, about $700,000 was spent on furnitures alone to meet YoungBoy's taste, and an ultra-modern kitchen equipped with everything you could imagine, where his beautiful wife, Jaslyn Michelle, made him the best meal and anything he wants. But somehow, it gets even better. Upstairs is where YoungBoy goes to unwind inside an enormous master suite, complete with a cozy fireplace that gives the room a completely different atmosphere from the rest of the house. Then, just beyond the bedroom doors, sits one of the property's most breathtaking features, a massive private balcony overlooking Salt Lake City, offering panoramic views that couldn't be more different from the life he left behind. And believe it or not, this incredible mansion isn't even the most expensive thing NBA YoungBoy has spent his money on. As if that wasn't enough, the property also features a massive outdoor pool. It also came with a fully equipped professional recording studio built right inside the house that cost him another $70,000. But every penny he spent was worth it, because that meant he could continue making music without ever leaving the property, turning the mansion into both his home and his workplace, where he made even more millions of dollars from his music while still on house arrest. In many ways, it had everything he needed to live, record, and stay away from the outside world. Also in that house, he's got heavily armed private security patrolling the grounds 24/7, secret cameras and patrol dogs, which costs approximately $50,000 per month. That's $600,000 a year just on security. But for someone worth $500 million, that's pocket change for peace of mind and safety from his endless ops and enemies. In late 2024, federal authorities arrested YoungBoy at the property before he was later sentenced in his federal firearms case, making the same mansion that symbolized a fresh start part of one of the biggest moments in his legal journey. However, one problem with having to legally stay at home, it meant that he couldn't drive any of his cars. He would speak about this during an interview with Billboard, where NBA YoungBoy even considered selling the entire collection off.
I actually want to get rid of all of these cars. I can't drive any of them. I think I'd rather just fill my garage with antique cars until I do get a little freedom where I could double back and purchase some of these where I could have my fun in.
But right before he was about to do so, he was then able to use them as much as he wanted. One of his most notable cars in his garage is the all-orange Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. He purchased this for $500,000, all in cash. The Lamborghini is far from the only luxury car sitting in YoungBoy's garage. YoungBoy has revealed that he keeps an entirely separate collection of vehicles at another private property somewhere in the United States, a location he uses whenever he wants to disappear from the spotlight. But here are some we know of as of today, aside the Lamborghinis. He also owns a one-of-one customized black Mansory Rolls-Royce Cullinan worth an estimated $400,000 to $600,000. Unlike his supercars, this isn't built for speed. YoungBoy has described it as his family's vehicle, using it whenever he wants to spend time with his many children. And somehow, he didn't stop there. He reportedly went on to complete his Rolls-Royce collection, adding models like the Phantom and the Wraith simply because he wanted the full lineup. Let that sink in. Not because he wanted to drive it. He just wanted the full collection in his garage, like a work of art. Ironically, he admits he barely even drives them. Instead, he enjoys being driven. Rather than getting behind the wheel himself, YoungBoy hired a full-time driver who stays at his mansion, ready to drive him and his family wherever they want to go at any time. It's basically his own private Uber, except the ride is a fleet of Rolls-Royces, and just when you think his garage couldn't get any crazier, he added yet another supercar to the lineup, a McLaren 5.7 OS, valued at around $200,000. It's one of the fastest and most thrilling cars in his collection. We will get into more cars shortly, but even this isn't the most expensive vehicle YoungBoy has ever bought. Of course, the mansion and supercars weren't enough. YoungBoy also transformed his appearance, building a jewelry collection worth millions. And just like everything else he buys, he doesn't do anything halfway. His most expensive everyday piece is the custom Anarchy chain, valued at around $300,000. Covered in diamonds and designed exactly to his specifications, the centerpiece features a face with striking green eyes, hanging from a custom werewolf link chain made exclusively for him. But that's not the chain fans remember the most. He made another customized chain just to honor Young Thug and everything he has done for the music industry, worth roughly $150,000. The custom pendant recreates the rap icon using gold and VVS white and red diamonds. According to the jeweler, it took more than 2 months to complete, making it one of YoungBoy's most meaningful pieces. And the collection only gets bigger. He also owns his famous NBA logo chain, reportedly worth around $100,000, along with the iconic 38 baby chain, one of the earliest custom pieces he ever had made. But the chains are only half the story. YoungBoy's obsession with luxury extends to his wrist as well. To go along with the chains, he also has many iced out watches. He has spent a ton on specifically AP watches. He bought a total of 5 of them for $1.5 million, and believe it or not, even those aren't his most outrageous luxury purchase. Everything you've seen in this video is only what the public knows about. YoungBoy has revealed that he keeps an entirely separate collection of vehicles at another private property somewhere in the United States, a location he uses whenever he wants to disappear from the spotlight. That hidden garage reportedly includes a McLaren GT, Tesla Model S, Cadillac Escalade, Range Rover, Corvette Z06, and an SRT Hellcat, adding well over another $50 million to his collection. So how does he afford a lifestyle like this? According to DJ Academics, YoungBoy has become one of the highest paid artists in hip-hop, reportedly earning tens of millions while continuing to dominate streaming platforms and sell out arenas.
He's probably the only rapper that gets to the level of, yo, he's doing an arena. He just came off a $75 million tour. It grossed $75 million. Yet we still believe that he's totally like ready to. Usually it's one or the other. If we really think that you're the crash out, you're not going on tour to do an arena. We usually think you're who goes to, like, you know, you get 1 or 2 shows because you're really living like that. He's the only person that I think maintained the image that he might today, but he's selling out a stadium tomorrow.
But what surprises people most isn't how much he spends, it's how he invests. Long before many artists started talking about real estate, YoungBoy was already buying homes, not just for himself, but for people close to him. He owns multiple properties, gifts luxury cars to loved ones, and has even spent millions building a designer wardrobe so massive it fills an entire house. By his own estimate, that clothing collection alone is worth around $7 million.
$7 million in clothes.
I accidentally walked in. I saw it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
$8 million in jewelry. I got a real estate portfolio over $2 million. Not counting the house that I'm living in.
Also, this is one unknown fact about NBA YoungBoy. He's a lot smarter than the persona that he shows to the public. He's actually quite the real estate investor. For example, he has his main home back in Baton Rouge, where he would live for years before all the legal court cases occurred. This property spans across 3 acres, 6 bedrooms, an outdoor pool, and even a waterfall, while also featuring an outdoor tennis court, indoor basketball court, and a gym on the inside, reportedly worth over $158 million. But he's also very generous to the people around him and how he spends his money. He purchased homes for all of his family members as well as gifts, but he has to keep his name on the title. An example being when he bought one of his baby moms a brand new Mercedes. Even going on to gift one of his previous girlfriends named Des a $100,000 Porsche, while also recently gifting Yaya Mayweather a brand new Lamborghini Urus for her 25th birthday, which she was extremely happy when being given it. However, if you ever get on NBA YoungBoy's bad side, he's not going to treat you the best, not even his own mother. You see, not only did he buy his mom a home to help her out the street and secure her a place to live, but when they got into a disagreement, he kicked her out onto the street. It's insane why anyone would do that to their own mother, but YoungBoy is as nice and also as ruthless as he goes. The home that NBA YoungBoy kicked his mother out of ended up turning into his massive mega closet. Inside of this home, it has now been turned into a giant closet featuring clothes that NBA YoungBoy bought over the years. Clothes from Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Versace, Balmain, anything you can think of. According to NBA YoungBoy himself, he has spent $7 million on clothes, and it's all being stored in his mom's old home. When you add up the mansions, the hidden cars, the supercars, the jewelry, the watches, the gifts, and the real estate, it's easy to see why NBA YoungBoy has built one of the most unbelievable luxury empires in modern hip-hop. And the craziest part? He's still only in his 20s, which means this collection may only be getting started.